do it.
Beneath the point of the pyramid, the Beach prepare for a duel to save their season with the hottest team in the Big West. You are listening to Long Beach State men's basketball on 22 West Radio, streaming live on YouTube and online at 88.1 KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Welcome inside the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid in Long Beach, California. I'm JayDe Beaudry alongside Fox Figueroa for a Big West men's basketball Saturday showdown between Long Beach State and CSUN. Long Beach State are 8-18 and have lost 8 straight games coming into tonight. And with a 4-11 record in conference play, the Beach trail both Cal Poly and UC San Diego by 4 games for the 8th and final seed in the Big West Championships. Only 5 games remain in the conference schedule, and it's no exaggeration to say that it's do or die for Long Beach State tonight.
Tonight, everyone needs to step up, JayDe. Everyone needs to buy into this playoff run. This past Thursday against Irvine, the Beach shot 31% as a team, and that cannot happen tonight against a red-hot Northridge team. The Beach must get to their spots and knock them down. There's no room to be missing 70% of your shots tonight.
Red Hot is right on, Fox. The Matadors have ripped off 6 straight wins, rocketing up the standings to put themselves in a position to contend for the Big West regular season title. Only 1 game off the top of UC Irvine. Coming into tonight after an improbable 85-83 overtime win against UC Santa Barbara on their home floor, the vibes are at an all-time high in Northridge.
You're right, JayDe. The vibes are especially high for players like Josiah Davis, who is an absolute menace on the floor in their overtime victory against Santa Barbara, scoring 31 points and recording 14 rebounds as a guard. But he wasn't the only one causing chaos on that floor. Mahmoud Fofana recorded a double-double of his own, notching 14 points and 14 rebounds with 2 blocks and 2 steals.
CSUN boasts a fearsome foursome of scorers averaging 10 or more points per game. They're the second highest scoring offense in the conference and the best rebounding team in the Big West, bar none. Long Beach State taking to the floor tonight in their all-white uniforms. CSUN will grace the pyramid in their all-red looks. And for these 2 head coaches on both sides, Fox, this is a make-or-break game for Chris Acker in his second year, trying to avoid back-to-back seasons without an appearance in the Big West Championship. And for Andy Newman, the fastest head coach to 50 wins in CSUN history, a chance to solidify his program as a perennial contender in the Big West.
Yeah, 100%. They just notched 10 wins in the conference, and everyone is looking up at CSUN right now, understanding how hot this team is. And you mentioned it. Tonight, especially for Long Beach, they got to be tough on the boards. CSUN is very notorious for being great at rebounding, even if they don't have the biggest size. So that could be a key for Long Beach here tonight, is if they're able to knock down shots, or if they aren't, how they can get the ball back to the outside.
For the second straight game, Long Beach will start without a true point guard on the floor. The starters for Long Beach State, Petar Mastorovich, Shea Johnson Jr. in the front court. The backcourt, Shaquille Bender, Cole Farrell, and Gavin Sykes. Rob Diaz and Isaiah Lewis, the 2-point guards under Chris Acker this season, both start on the bench. As for CSUN, Larry Hughes, Josiah Davis, Joshua Oguro, Mohamedou Fofana all get the start. 4 of the top scoring guards in the conference as CSUN rocks with a 4 guards, 1 forward look. Sparsely attended game here in the pyramid, and this Long Beach State team is going to need all the help they can get tonight from the crowd, coming off of a loss in the black and blue rivalry to their rivals UC Irvine on Thursday. It'll be Johnson Jr. and Fofana up for the tip, and Johnson Jr. pokes it over to the CSUN side. It's the Matadors who will get the first possession here inside the pyramid. Evans Jr. at the top, hands off to Hughes, left-handed drive, gets to the cup, and gets rejected by Shea Johnson Jr., picked up by Josiah Davis. Now he looks to penetrate, gets Shaq Bender in the air, pump fakes again, goes up strongly, and puts the Matadors on the board.
That was a great block to start off by Johnson Jr. That's one thing about this CSUN team, is that we might have a little bit more size in them. We got to use it to their advantage.
Farrell floats it over the top to Johnson Jr. at the top of the key. Over to Bender on the right wing. Crosses over. Now gets to the corner for Gavin Sykes. Sykes left-handed drive. Gets the elbow, and it's poked loose. Stolen away by James Evans Jr. Into the front court he goes. Mastorovich gets back. Evans Jr. rises highest. Gets the layup plus the foul. And 1 opportunity as the Matadors have started red hot.
Great drive there by Evans Jr. Even great poke. Even better poke to get the ball on their side. Looked like Sykes was looking for a foul there. Unfortunately didn't get it. And a tough and 1 bucket.
It is the Matadors who have won 6 straight games, and their last 2 might be their most 2 impressive wins of the season over Hawaii and UC Santa Barbara. Chance for a 3-point play to put the Matadors up by 5. It's a free throw that rims in and out from James Evans Jr. And the Beach trail by 4 less than a minute into this first half. 4-0 CSUN. Johnson Jr. at the top, hands off to Bender. Right-handed drive gets into the top of the key, momentarily loses a dribble. Now he'll pull a triple and sink it. That's 3 on the board for Shaq Bender, and the Beach got the deficit to 1.
Beautiful stroke from Bender there. Going to need him to knock more of those down tonight.
Driving in with the left hand is Ogaro from the right wing. Now he hands off across the key, and as James Evans Jr. drives into the paint, he loses the handle, and it's off his own foot last. Long Beach now getting active on the defensive side.
It's exactly what I'd like to see. We mentioned a little bit earlier, too, that the CSUN team will play fast. As Long Beach can keep up and play their game, knock down their shots, should be a close one.
Farrell takes it across the timeline, hands over to Bender on the left wing. Long Beach trail the Matadors 3-4, a minute and a half into the first half. Entry pass to Majstorovic. He's double teamed in the short corner left side. Tries to spin through now. Gets it across the key. Here's a three from Cole Farrell. Bottoms, and the Beach take the lead.
Absolutely great start from the Beach. Need to knock down more of those threes.
Davis into the front court. Guarded by Bender. Crosses over now with his right hand. Gets to the short corner. Posting up on Bender. Backs him down to the block. Jumps into the paint. Pump fakes once. Pump fakes twice. Dumps it off down low for Fofana, and he misses the layup. Gets his own offensive rebound. Tosses it out to the free throw line. There's Davis to pick it up. And he's fouled by Gavin Sykes, who slashed him on the arm as he tried to drive. And a second chance opportunity there for CSUN, one the Beach are going to want back.
Definitely got to respect the toughness from the Beach squad right there, fighting for the ball. Do not want the CSUN team to have an opportunity to score, especially here early. Try and set the tone.
Davis to inbound. CSUN off of a box set. Davis still looking for an option. Gets out to the top for Hughes the second. Hughes hands off to Evans. Right-handed drive, kick to the corner for Davis. He drives, floater inside the paint is up and good.
Mean floater by Davis there. Got to watch out for that going in.
We are tied at 6. Gavin Sykes on the left wing, back to the top for Johnson Jr. Throws it to the corner for Farrell, who rolls up to the wing, over further for Bender. His three misses off front iron. Johnson Jr. fights for the rebound, pulls it down momentarily, and then loses it out of bounds as he tried to put it on the hardwood.
Good fight there from Johnson Jr. Trying to keep the ball away from CSUN. Unfortunately, just bounces out of bounds. But hopefully we'll see more of that fight tonight. As we know, the CSUN team very good at rebounding.
Beach try to go into a full court press. CSUN break it with ease. Down in transition, it's James Evans Jr. up for the two-handed slam.
That was a key play for how fast this CSUN team plays, an absolute slam.
Electric in transition as the Matadors lead 8-6. Bender on the right wing. Puts the ball in the hardwood, step back triple, falls for three. Long Beach State finding their shooting stroke here in the first half.
That's exactly what I like to see. An absolute big turnaround from this past Thursday's game where it felt like nothing could go in.
Long Beach just 2 for 17 against UC Irvine. Here's a three on the other end for CSUN. And Larry Hughes Jr. responds with a triple of his own. Majstorovic at the top. 2 free scoring offenses here, finding their shooting stroke in the first half. Long Beach trails 9-11. Lob over the top to Majstorovic, rejected by James Evans Jr., and it's an over-the-back foul call as Majstorovic falls to the hardwood.
That was a lot of contact there. Glad to see he's up and all right, but I like that they're fighting for the ball any way they can get. Use their size down in the paint. That could be a key for the rest of this game.
Speaking of size, out goes Shea Johnson Jr., the 6'10" forward. In comes Derek Michael Xaviero, the junior who also stands 6'10" and scored 3 points against UC Irvine for his first points of the new year. Beach going to an inbound, into a box set. It's Sykes in the corner. Dribbles up to the wing now. Guarded by Grady Lewis. Sykes to Xaviero. Back to Sykes. Long three from the freshman falls. Long Beach State are lights out here in the first half, and they've retaken the lead at 12-11.
I mean, you love to see it, JayDe, just knocking down threes to start the game, set the tone, let Northridge know.
Screen and roll over the top to Lewis, who gets the finger roll off the glass. And the Matadors lead once again, 13-12. Majstorovic to Sykes, left wing. Sykes back to the top for Xaviero. Entry pass down low to Majstorovic, spitting, and he scores. Petar Majstorovic is on the board.
Absolute beautiful hook.
Larry Hughes Jr., right-handed drive, gets past Bender, goes up strongly, and he traveled before he could put the ball through the cup. And a fast start here in the pyramid into the media timeout. Long Beach State leads 14-13. Fox, what a start for this Long Beach State team trying to save their season.
And it looks like everyone's really buying in. Something that we talked about earlier. It's do or die time. Every win is every game is a must-win game. And they're playing like it right now, knocking down their threes, and they're being physical in the paint, using their size. Hopefully we can keep that up and everyone can continue to buy in, especially with the subs coming in.
Long Beach 4 for their first 5 beyond the arc after knocking down just 2 of 17 triples on Thursday. Back on the other side of the break, for more first half action here on 22 West Radio. Media timeout breaks, and Long Beach State hold on to a 14-13 lead just under 4 minutes into the first half. Fox, Long Beach has shot lights out from the floor, and it looks like this team has a renewed energy here in the Pyramid.
No, absolutely. Everyone buying in, it doesn't have to be just Sykes and Majstorovic scoring the buckets. Farrell on the outside, Bender on the outside. Their shots look great right now, and I hope they can keep this up.
Rotated lineup on the floor for the Beach out of the timeout. Isaiah Lewis and Rob Diaz both sub in, so the Beach go with 2 point guards alongside Majstorovic, Xaviero, and Christian Jones, also fresh off the bench. Rob Diaz crosses over on the right wing, back up top to Xaviero. Hand off to Isaiah Lewis now on the right wing. Lewis drives with the left hand, gets hooked away, and it's Joshua O'Garo trailing and forcing some contact. The Beach will have to inbound from beneath their own baseline.
Looks like right now CSUN's really building up in the paint, trying to prevent Long Beach from getting anything to drive in, wants them to take the shot.
Xavier gets the entry pass. 5 seconds on the shot clock now as Lewis takes it to the top. Lewis crosses over once, twice, puts it on his right hand, gets the elbow, mid-range jumper. Isaiah Lewis, it misses short, falls around in the paint, and fighting for the rebound is the Beach who come away with it. Out to Rob Diaz, right wing three, rims in and out, and this time the Matadors who rise high as James Evans Jr. pulls it down. CSUN quickly on the other end. Brinson over to the right wing. O'Garo drives into the paint, tries to face up on Majstorovic, instead kicks it to the corner. Brinson now back out to the right wing. Triple pulled from O'Garo, misses off back iron. Now Majstorovic takes it quickly into the front court. Matadors get 5 red shirts behind the ball as Majstorovic kicks it to Lewis, over to the right wing for Jones. One dribble over further to Rob Diaz. Diaz at the top to Majstorovic, left wing three from long range, misses long off the backboard, then off iron. Long Beach have missed their last 2 shots here down the floor. Beach still lead 14-13. 14:30 to go in the first half. Right-handed drive into the lane. O'Garo sees it rim in and out. Offensive rebound goes to Lewis. Back up top to Evans Jr. Euro step into the lane, off the glass, and some window love as the Matadors retake the lead.
Absolute tough shot creation right there, and unbelievable that he was able to snake through 2 guys and put that in.
Rob Diaz, right wing to the top for Xaviero. Pass over the top to Majstorovic, fumbled out of bounds as he couldn't secure it with his fingertips, and it's a turnover. First of the night for Long Beach State.
Something that I'm liking about this Long Beach State team on transition is they're creating tough shots. They're not making it easy for CSUN. I know they like to play at a fast pace. Right now they're doing a pretty good job of holding that, even though they've been 5 of their last 7 from the field.
Long Beach State also now make more changes. The 5 on the floor now. 5 men who started the game on the bench into the game for the first time. Leopold Levelon and Dallas Washington as the Beach back out of a full court press. It's Rob Diaz who will pick up Brinson at the logo. Over to Chisholm, right-handed drive, hands off on the right wing to Hughes Jr. Hughes Jr. gets into the lane, puts up a floater at the free throw line, misses off back iron. Rob Diaz skies for the rebound. Up to Jones, to the corner for Lewis, fumbled it briefly, got to the short corner, picked up his dribble, back up top to Rob Diaz. Crossover, he gets to the free throw line, steps through, puts up a floater, off front iron. Leopold Levelon pulls down the offensive rebound and gets fouled.
Great board there from Levelon. I mean, there was 4 CSUN players around him. He was still able to get up and get those boards. This is exactly what we want to see the Beach to do. Get those boards, be physical in the paint, kick it back to the outside, create more opportunities.
CSUN, the best rebounding team in the Big West, full of ball hawks on every position you look at. Beach get it in, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Washington over to Lewis on the left wing. He holds, now back over the top to Washington. Tries to kick it to the corner for Ram Diaz, and the pass is picked off by Mahmoud Fofana. CSUN into the front court. Brinson over to the corner. Triple pulled from Jai Chisholm, and it falls for 3. Just like that, CSUN open up a 4-point lead. Matadors lead 18-14, 13-10 to go in the first half. Ram Diaz crosses over on the right wing. Up top to Levelon, tries an entry pass down low, and it's picked off by Chisholm, who skied in for the double team. Now he takes it across halfway, gets downhill, tries to go coast to coast, off the window, and it falls for 2. CSUN starting to dominate the pace of this game. They've opened up a 6-point lead, 20-14.
Right now it feels like the substitutions that the Beach made aren't bringing the same energy that the starters did. Hoping they can pick it back up right now.
7-0 run over the last minute and a half for the Matadors. Long Beach scoreless from the floor over the last 3.5. Jones, right wing 3, trying to break the drought, and he does. Christian Jones yells towards the bench as he gets back on defense. The deficit's only 3.
That was a big 3 from Jones there. The Beach really needed that.
Brinson further on to Davis Lowry, and he walked as he tried to penetrate the perimeter. For Christian Jones, that's a big-time 3. He has missed the last 2 months with a knee injury that he suffered against Iowa State. He subs off now, but getting back onto the scoreboard after he played 15 minutes against UC Irvine and was a contributor at that guard position that he started the season looking to break into the starting lineup playing.
100%, and with so many guards on this Long Beach State team, it's kind of hard to solidify a role, especially if you're not like a Gavin Sykes here. But if you do anything you can help this team win, knock down your shots, make sure it's not just them. Make yourself a threat too.
Gavin Sykes and Cole Farrell fresh into the game for the Beach. It's Sykes on the right wing dribbling, pulling a contested 3, wanted some contact as he airballed, did not get the friendly whistle as Brinson picks up the airball and pushes it into the front court. Josiah Davis crosses over on Levelon, kicks it to the left wing for O'Garo, handoff to Brinson, who takes it up to the top. Brinson, handoff to Davis, who gets downhill with the right-handed drive, spins inside the lane and scores. CSUN lead by 5. 22-17. Gavin Sykes on the right wing for the Beach. Leopold Levelon at the top. Tries a left-handed drive, and he loses it. Has to kick it back up top to Farrell. Fires it down low to Washington. Poked away. Sykes picks it up in the corner. Tries to float it over the top to Washington again, and it's picked off. Applying the defensive pressure is Joshua O'Garo as Brinson carries it into the front court. Davis penetrates the perimeter. Hands off to the top for O'Garo. O'Garo, nice move in the lane. Gets him to the cup for 2. And CSUN up to their largest lead of the night at 24-17.
Long Beach cannot let this lead slip away from them right now.
4 turnovers for the Beach in the last 5 minutes as they tried to slow the pace of this game down. It's Bender at the top, crossing over, pulling a long contested 3 that goes off back iron. Skying for the rebound is Larry Hughes the second. Hughes into the front court, drives on Levelon with the left hand, and Levelon rejects him at the rim. Washington trying to push in transition up to Gavin Sykes. Over to the left wing for Farrell. Cross-court pass. Here's the 3. Misses long. Levelon, offensive rebound, fighting for it with Josiah Davis, who tied him up, and it results in a jump ball. Leopold Levelon skying for a big-time block, but still, Fox, Long Beach State trying to find a way back into this first half that has gotten away from them in a flash.
Yeah, no, great block by Levelon on that last transition. That was amazing. But what it felt like the Beach couldn't miss a 3, now these 3s that are starting to be missed aren't just off the rim. They're kind of missing by a lot. They're not really getting to their spot. Maybe just to contest. Maybe we can move the ball around a lot more. You know, kind of slow the game down, see if we can get some points back in the paint. Because right now the 3s are not looking too hot. But that doesn't mean stop shooting. Get to your spots and see what you can do. Just don't pull it right away.
Long Beach 4 for their first 5 threes into the media timeout. 1 for their next 6 here as they now trail by 7. It's 24-17 with 10:34 to go in the first half. Back on the other side of the media timeout on 22 West Radio. Out of the sub-12 media timeout, it's CSUN who lead 24-17 in Fox. Some changes early from Chris Acker that have not paid off.
No, certainly not. It felt like the momentum kind of changed when the subs came in. It's nothing against them because these starters, they can't play every minute of the game. They can't play all 40, and that's just the reality of it. But when you come off the bench, you also got to bring that energy and set that tone that the starters did. When everyone's moving around as a team, especially in basketball, it's so easy for one person to be able to take over the game. But when you have 10 players that can take over the game at any moment, now that's dangerous.
Just 3 points off the bench for Cal State Long Beach after Chris Acker replaced his entire starting 5 minutes into the game. They now trail by 7 off the inbound. It's Bender fumbling the ball around the free throw line in triple coverage, and as he tries to float a pass up to Levelon at the top, he gets fouled by Josiah Davis.
The Beach got to be careful when they get that ball close to the paint. It looks like the CSUN team is just swarming them, giving them no room to make an outlet pass, and we saw a couple turnovers in the last couple possessions because of it.
Long Beach 5 turnovers already here as Bender puts up a floater off the inbound. He misses short. It's rebounded by Fofana, and CSUN can look to extend their lead here. Crossing over at the wing is Davis, dumps it down low, and he finds the cutting big for the finish. It's Fofana who gets on the board.
Fofana and Davis, two people we talked about pregame. They are going to be problems that Long Beach has to look out for.
Majstorovic, short corner in double coverage, has to put the ball on the hardwood and fire a pass across the court to Farrell, who then fires one down low to Leopold Levelon, and the Frenchman goes to work and finds the finish. Long Beach breaks a 2.5-minute scoring drought.
Beautiful from Levelon there, using his size to his advantage.
Davis now gets in the lane, dumps it across the key for Fofana, plus a foul. An and one opportunity for Mahamoud Fofana as CSUN are now up by 9.
Davis and Fofana again. Beautiful pass to the middle. Looks like Fofana's just finding an easy lane to get in there. Long Beach need to find a way to prevent that from happening going forward, especially with how fast this CSUN team can play.
CSUN lead the Big West, scoring 82 points per game, and thanks in large part to the senior forward Mahamoud Fofana. In his 3rd year with CSUN, it's his 4th year being coached by Andy Newman. His freshman year, he was coached by Newman at Cal State San Bernardino as he misses the free throw, gets his own rebound, and lays it up and in with ease. Chris Acker has seen enough, and he calls timeout. CSUN lead 30-19 off a 4-point play from Mahamoud Fofana all by himself.
That cannot happen. Now, I am not the guy with the biggest size in the world, but you cannot let them get the rebound off the shot, especially if it's the guy that takes the shot. Give him an opportunity to make a 4-point play when he only could have got 3.
Mahamoud Fofana sends us into the timeout, now with 6 points just like that, and we'll keep it right here in the pyramid. Long Beach State need to save their season tonight. A loss paired with a win by Cal Poly would eliminate Long Beach State and UC Riverside from playoff contention. No path to the Big West Championships for the 2nd straight year. It would be detrimental for Chris Acker, who in his 2nd season came in promising wins, promising results, and they have not come. Long Beach State beat CSUN on their home floor, a rare loss for the Matadors just a few weeks ago on January 17th to cap off a stretch where they won 4 and 5. Since then, they have lost 7 straight, now 8, paired with that loss on Thursday at UC Irvine.
If I'm not mistaken, JayDe, I believe that's CSUN's only loss at home this year.
Off the timeout, it's Long Beach who possess in the front court. Ram Diaz crosses over at the top, looks to work in space. Floats over to the right wing, now back up top to Washington, further on to Lewis on the left wing. Lewis crosses over at the top, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Beach work it to the corner for Christian Jones. Jones, right-handed drive to the elbow, back up top to Lewis, long 3. Oh my, there goes Isaiah Lewis, burying the triple.
Beautiful shot from Lewis there. Gonna need to see more from everyone else on the floor to be able to stay in this game.
Davis into the front court, lost the handle momentarily. It's picked up by O'Garo. Back to Davis at the top, guarded by Diaz. To the right wing for O'Garo. Left-handed drive into the paint. He's tied up by Isaiah Lewis. Jump ball, possession, Long Beach State.
Lewis is playing with that fire right now something that a lot of these players on Long Beach need to keep within them, especially if they want to be deep in this playoff race.
Excuse me, it's possession, Cal State Northridge. However, Long Beach celebrated like they got the steal.
I think he was just happy that he didn't get another drive to the paint.
Off the inbound, it's tipped and on the hardwood, picked up by Grady Lewis in the paint, and he skies for the layup. CSUN up to a 10-point lead now. Long Beach State able to force the jump ball, unable to force CSUN into an empty trip down the floor. Johnson Jr. at the top, handoff to Rob Diaz, left-handed drive across the D, and he's fouled as he tried to fire a pass down low to Shea Johnson Jr. Foul call going against Grady Lewis.
Long Beach playing very physical right now, too. Trying to get to their spots, trying to find guys on the outside, use that size to their advantage down in the paint. CSUN is not making it easy for them, as we can see right now.
Long Beach put 3 around the perimeter, and Dallas Washington on the block. It's Washington who pops out to the top as the safety valve and gets the pass off the inbound. 15 seconds on the shot clock for the Beach, down 22-32, 8:22 to go in the first half. Alley-oop to Dallas Washington, and Washington is fouled in the air as he missed the layup. Tried to go up strong with 2 hands, could not secure the ball, and now the freshman will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Great pass, but a tough way to go about it. I mean, there's a lot of contact down there in the paint. CSUN is, like I said, not making it easy for the Beach to get into the paint and make a bucket. They do not want them to get into this game.
Dallas Washington has stepped into the lineup more consistently here through the stretch of Big West games that have come thick and fast, 2 games a week here in conference play as he buries the first free throw, but he's still learning a lot this year under Chris Acker in his freshman season. Has been a defensive liability at times, has looked every bit a gangly freshman at times on the offensive end, but looking to provide some more consistent scoring down the stretch of the season as he goes 2 for 2 from the line.
We'll always appreciate the free throws.
Long Beach trail by 8, 24-32, 8:10 to go in the first half. Hughes Jr., long 2, off back iron, poked out of bounds. Who touched it last? It was Shea Johnson Jr. trying to box out Grady Lewis, and CSUN will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Looks like CSUN's still running with the same squad here. Oh, boy.
Quick off the inbound, goes back to the inbounder, and Larry Hughes put it up, and he got wedgied in between the rim and the backboard. But the Beach caught unaware there as CSUN went quickly with a 4-low look.
Almost like a nice little give and go right there, right in the back end baseline. Really great play by CSUN there. Long Beach fortunate enough that it gets wedgied in, though.
That means possession favors the Beach. That'll count as a jump ball. So Lewis possesses at the top now for the Beach. Over to Dallas Washington. Being given some real estate on the right wing. Hands off to Christian Jones. Back up top to Johnson Jr. Over to the left corner for Isaiah Lewis. He takes it back up to the top. Now wraps around. Gets a pass over to Christian Jones. Right corner 3. Misses everything. Rebounded easily by the Matadors, who now push into the front court. It's Davis in the right corner. Locked down. Now the screen and roll action. Gets it up to Grady Lewis. Up for the one-handed slam. The screen and roll works to perfection, and CSUN are up by 10.
That's the second time now that they've gone baseline like that. Long Beach needs to look out for it going forward. Do not want to give up any points in the paint. Make them take tough shots like they did before earlier in this half.
Pass is poked away at the top of the key, but Lewis is able to reclaim. Now he drives with the right hand over to the corner. Christian Jones trying again, and it's the same result. Rims in and out. However, Shea Johnson Jr. pulls down the rebound. Rob Diaz at the top. Drives down low, gets a foul, and cannot find the finish. But Rob Diaz will head to the line to shoot 2.
Great hustle board right there by Johnson Jr. Again, creating more opportunities for this Beach team. That is something that's going to be big going into the rest of this game. We can just create more opportunities, even though we're only shooting 42% from the field right now. More opportunities means more chances to score.
Into the timeout. Long Beach State trails by double digits, 34-24. Back on the other side of the break on 22 West Radio. An animated timeout breaks here in the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. As Chris Acker breaks the huddle, he says, "I'm done." And he has to be done, Fox, with Long Beach State giving up so many points in the paint here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. 28 out of the 34 points that CSUN have been in the paint. They're shooting 67 from the field right now, something that the Long Beach cannot let happen going forward, especially before the break. We saw 2 baseline freebies essentially for CSUN. Definitely not something you want going forward.
Rob Diaz makes his first of 2 free throws. The junior guard transfer from Cal Poly Humboldt goes 2 for 2 from the line and cuts the deficit to 8. Under 7 minutes to go now in the pyramid in this first half. Northridge leads 34-26. Beach go into a full court press, broken by the Matadors. Now Josiah Davis to the free throw line, tries to get a pass back to the perimeter, poked away by Christian Jones. Over to the right side, Rob Diaz runs the floor, and as he gets downhill in transition, he gets fouled, and Rob Diaz will return to the free throw line.
Great stop there by Jones. I really liked how the intensity that Chris Acker sent Long Beach out with right there. Swarm the ball, don't give him even an opportunity to even step into that paint. Looks great so far. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Last year at Cal Poly Humboldt, Rob Diaz III was outstanding. 16 points per game, shooting 37% from 3. Made the jump to the Division I level this season. Started 14 straight games after the new year, replacing Isaiah Lewis at the point guard position. Has come off the bench now in the last 2. He's had a few outstanding performances, but his strength lies in his transition ability, his ability to run the floor. A 1 for 2 trip from the line this time as he misses the second free throw. Long Beach State still without a field goal made from the floor in the last 2.5 minutes. Josiah Davis possesses for the Matadors. Northridge leads 34-27. Davis looking to back down Shea Johnson Jr. into the paint, hands off to the cutting Larry Hughes, and he puts it up for 2. That's Joshua O'Garo laying it up and in once again off the window, and more points in the paint for CSUN.
O'Garo, the masked assassin tonight.
Rocking that clear mask, protecting the facial bones, looking every bit of the assassin that he has been all season. Jones, right wing 3, misses long and misses everything. Josiah Davis takes away the air ball. Now an alley-oop from beyond the perimeter is disrupted by Rob Diaz, and flying in to pick up the loose ball is the alley-ooper, Josiah Davis, off the window, and more points in the paint once again. Easy layup for CSUN as they now lead by 11, 38-27.
Just a great hustle play by Davis. Saw when he was going up that it was going to be contested. Knew he had to get out there.
Rob Diaz penetrates the perimeter over to the right corner for Jones. Gets the elbow, turnaround jumper off a spin move is true. And Christian Jones breaks the scoring drought for Long Beach.
Jones needed that himself too. After missing the last 2 shots, it didn't look too pretty. He wanted to get one in of his own, get that confidence back.
Christian Jones now 2 for 5 from the floor. Davis, pass across the key to O'Garo. O'Garo, left-handed drive, working across the key on Rob Diaz. His layup rims in and out. He fights for his own rebound, but Rob Diaz does enough to box him out and come away. Diaz into the front court, takes it himself from the elbow. The mid-range jumper is no good. Long Beach fights for the rebound instead. It's Mahamoud Fofana who pulls it down in front of Dallas Washington. Josiah Davis, end-to-end, gets to the free throw line, back up top, driving is Fofana with the left hand off the window. It rims in and out. Fofana fights for the rebound, and Rob Diaz rips it out of his hands. Foul goes against Fofana as back-to-back trips down the floor for CSUN see them get an unfriendly bounce on the rim.
Yeah, I do love what I'm seeing from Davis, though. Hustling for those boards, going up against the big guys even, too, to strap it down. But the one thing I did just hear from Chris Acker is find someone. It seems like maybe he doesn't like that the game plan going forward is that everyone's just dribbling up to a spot and pulling one without passing. I think he wants to see if they can find a hole first before having to rip a shot.
That find someone also applies to rebounding. Put a body on someone when a shot goes up. We've seen second chance opportunities go the way of the Matadors here in the first half. Beach now in the bonus, so Rob Diaz shooting a 1-and-1. Makes his first. Diaz now with 4 points, all from the free throw line. CSUN tonight winning the rebounding battle 15-10 here with 4:42 to go in the first half. Diaz goes 2 for 2. He's now got all of his points from the charity stripe, and Long Beach trail by 7. 38-31, pressure in the backcourt. O'Garo back over to the left side for Davis, who drives with the right hand, dumps it off in the key, going up strongly and getting fouled. Plus the bucket is Grady Lewis. CSUN respond with more physicality in the painted area.
Yeah, tough foul there by Majstorovic. It looks like when they drove in that they're just slipping through the back door, and you don't really want that to happen too much, especially when they got their biggest guy right there on the court.
Grady Lewis, the Phoenix, Arizona native, transfer from Cal State East Bay, completes the three-point play. And Majstorovic heads to the bench with 2 personal fouls. Only with 2 points here in this first half as well. Replacing him is Dallas Washington. And the deficit is 10 for Long Beach State. 41-31 with 4.5 to go in the first half. Rob Diaz crosses over at the top, guarded by Lewis. Dumps it off to Dallas Washington, left side short corner. Washington backs down his defender, back up to Diaz, blows past Lewis, neat finish, doesn't fall. Xaviero, offensive rebound. Diaz trying to go up and under. And Diaz reclaims possession in the corner, dribbles back up to the right wing, trying to cross over on Lewis, over to Sykes, left wing to the corner for Bender. Bender floats up to the wing, crosses over, gets downhill, puts up a floater that falls. Patient possession there from the beach.
Tough bucket there from Bender. Gotta love to see it, though. Gotta love to see that the ball is moving around a lot more. Trying to find an opportunity, find a hole, find a different way to score than just ripping a shot from the outside.
Josiah Davis crossing over on Xaviero, puts the ball in the hardwood inside that paint now. Floats a pass down low to Lewis, who gets fouled. Shaquille Bender protesting his case, saying he went straight up. But the whistle already blown, and it'll be Grady Lewis heading back to the free throw line on the other side of the timeout. CSUN leads 41-33 on 22 West Radio. Timeout breaks here on the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. Long Beach State 33, CSUN 41, and Fox. Long Beach State needs some more production out of their stars, who have not seen the scoring numbers fall their way so far in this one.
Yeah, and the main guy we want to talk about here is Sykes. Gavin Sykes, great player, has been a great player all year. Like, really the key forefront to this Beach offense. I'd love to see that a lot more people are getting involved, putting shots up, and helping out Sykes. But now it's time for the big players to step up, especially if they want to stay in this game. I was saying it a little bit ago. Anything inside 10 is manageable. Down 8 after free throws. We'll see how the Beach do and see if Sykes can step up and bring that fire back into the Beach offense.
Gavin Sykes broke the freshman single-game scoring record the last time these two teams met, putting up 34 points in 38 minutes in Northridge. Burying the first free throw was Grady Lewis, trying to go 2 for 2 and push it to a 10-point advantage. He cannot. He misses off front iron. And the Beach are down by 9, 42-33, as Rob Diaz takes it across the timeline. Gavin Sykes tonight just 1 for 2 from the field, only 3 points in 10 minutes. Rob Diaz over to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes got it over to Bender on the right wing, but off the ball, a foul called on Derek Michael Xaviero, getting too physical down low against Grady Lewis, and an empty trip down the floor for the Beach.
Definitely the first time we've seen that all night. Probably just trying to fight a spot in the paint. I like the way that they're moving the ball around, surveying where they can find the hole through the CSUN offense, or defense, sorry.
O'Garo breaks the full court press by himself. Davis gets to the free throw line, now down to the block, spinning on Bender, misses the layup off the glass. Xaviero pulls down the rebound. Diaz to Dallas Washington in a short corner, back up to Diaz across the key to Bender, calls for the screen from Xaviero. Bender gets the switch, now drives with the right hand, puts up the layup off the glass, misses it, fights for the rebound, and coming away is Jordan Brinson as CSUN look to stifle the Beach inside the perimeter. Evans Jr. over to Brinson, dribbles and hands off on the right wing to Davis. Back up top goes O'Garo, driving with the left hand, pump fakes once, gets his defenders in the air, and finishes off the glass. Rob Diaz directs traffic for the Beach. 33-44, 2.5 to go in this first half. Gavin Sykes at the top, over to Shaq Bender. Defenders fall to the floor. Wide open three for Bender, misses off back iron. And quickly into the front court goes Davis. Uncontested as he penetrates the perimeter and gets now stopped up by Rob Diaz in the short corner. Fires a pass across the key, going up for the layup is Mohamedou Fofana, rejected by Derek Michael Xaviero. Diaz bounce pass to Gavin Sykes in the short corner. Back up to Diaz. Fakes across the key to Bender. Now commits. It's Bender driving with the left hand to the free throw line. Dumps it off down low. Cutting is Gavin Sykes. And it's off the glass. An easy layup and a beautiful cut from Gavin Sykes. Long Beach trail by 9.
Notice one man fell right there. A little bit of a slip up in the CSUN defense. Way to crash baseline, find what they needed. Xaviero putting the body down, knocking down Davis though.
Josiah Davis now working on Xaviero. Jump steps across the key, fires a pass looking for Fofana, and Fofana didn't have his hands up, so it falls out of bounds. A turnover for the Matadors.
A rare occurrence. Davis and Fofana always seem to be on like the same wavelength when they're down in the paint, especially when Fofana is crashing in. It was a good find. Maybe a little bit too much mustard on that one, but love to see that the Beach are playing physical. They're playing fast. They're trying to keep up and keep this deficit within reach.
Minute and a half to go in the first half. Long Beach 35, CSUN 44. Sykes at the top of the key. Drives with the left hand, now spins away from the elbow. His jumper rims in and out. O'Garo pulls down the rebound. O'Garo over to Davis on the right wing. Beach show man inside the perimeter. Now it's Davis who penetrates, gets to the paint, puts up a floater that rims in and out. Dallas Washington pulls down the rebound. Lewis sees a lane, is going to drive, trying to go coast to coast. It's poked out of his hands from behind by Jordan Brinson. The Beach will inbound from beneath their own basket.
Great hustle play by the CSUN defender. Try and poke it out, try and limit Long Beach's opportunities, which they've realistically done all game. Long Beach only shooting 39% from the field, and it's a key part of the CSUN defense.
Beach go into a 4-high shell off the inbound. Lewis out to the safety valve for Washington. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock as Bender crosses over. Right hand, short corner. Spins towards the baseline. Now fires it up to Lewis. Left wing, back up top for Gavin Sykes. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Sykes drives, spins inside the lane, puts up a floater that misses. It's poked by Johnson Jr., but off the backboard, and CSUN get out and run in transition. Here's O'Garo spinning on the left block, off the window. Missed it short, followed up by Lewis. He missed, and it's followed up again by O'Garo. A third chance point for CSUN, and Andy Newman calls timeout.
There is just too many CSUN bodies moving around the paint right there. That's something that Long Beach cannot let happen. Great hustle to be able to get back on D and try and put a hand up and stake that ball away. But they cannot be multiple opportunities on missed shots for the CSUN team. There can't be 3 different guys in the paint having an opportunity. But like we mentioned it, they're shooting 60%, what feels like more than 3/4 of their points have come from in the paint. Long Beach need to be more strong out of a forefront in that paint and prevent them from getting any easy buckets.
10-second chance points for CSUN. 38 of their 46 have come in the paint. And with only 30 seconds to go in this first half, they're trying to extend their lead on Long Beach State. Head coach Andy Newman calling timeout. In his 3rd season last year, led CSUN to a 14-6 overall record and a 3rd place finish in the Big West Conference standings. It was the most wins in a Big West season in Cal State Northridge history. Northridge last year anchored by some of the best rebounders in the Big West. Keontae Jones, who's now transferred over to Dayton, and Marcus Adams Jr., both top 20 in rebounding. Adams Jr. now at Arizona State University. It was that rebounding that led them to their first ever appearance in the postseason. Despite not winning the Big West tournament, they got an invitation to the National Invitational Tournament, crashed out in the first round to Stanford, but it's Newman continually setting a higher standard at CSUN.
No, 100%, and that's what builds great programs, is when one team does it and one team sets the tone, everyone wants to be better than that one team. Everyone wants to continue the success and move forward, which the CSUN team has done a seemingly great job of doing so with 10 wins in the conference this season themselves.
1 second difference between the shot and game clock. Beach holding for the last possession here in the first half. Down by 11. Lewis at the top, crossing over, wasting time. Now he starts up the possession. Johnson Jr. inside the D, hands off to Bender at the top. 5 seconds on the shot clock, 7 on the game. Bender, long step back three is good. Quickly off the inbound, Davis, three-quarters court, shot off back iron. He nearly got that one to fall. And Long Beach State walked to the locker room with their hearts in their mouths after Shaq Bender hits a three on the last possession of the first half. Going into halftime, it's 46-38 advantage CSUN.
That was an absolutely beautiful shot from Bender. A tough shot, hand in his face, able to get one up, get one in. But one thing going into the break that Long Beach State needs to focus on, they are doing okay on the boards. They are not far behind the CSUN team. We know the CSUN team is great at rebounding, like you mentioned a little bit ago, JayDe. But behind on 6 boards is not bad. But what it really is what's biggest killer right now is if it's okay if you can get the boards, but the points in the paint, I don't want to say are unacceptable, but just cannot happen. They cannot have that many points in the paint. Make them take shots from the outside. Hey, they're making you take shots from the outside. Maybe take a little bit from their playbook and force some shots for them themselves. It's easier to put up a layup than it is to make a three from 30 feet away.
Long Beach looking for those halftime adjustments, sitting at 4-11 in the Big West, 4 games out of the 8th seed in the Big West Championships with only 5 games to go. Back in about 14 minutes here for the second half and the conclusion of Long Beach State men's basketball against Cal State Northridge right here on 22 West Radio. JayDe Beaudry alongside Fox Figueroa. We will see you on the other side of the break. 2 minutes until the second half gets underway here on 22 West Radio. You were listening to Long Beach State men's basketball on YouTube and online at 22westradio.com. Also broadcasting on 88.1 KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. JayDe Beaudry alongside Fox Figueroa, and in that first half, Fox, Long Beach State got a lot of contributions from a lot of different players, but they still find themselves down 46-38.
No, you're absolutely right, JayDe. I love that we're spreading the ball around a lot more. I love that more players are getting an opportunity not to essentially make a name for themselves, but to play a key part in this offense and play a key part not only in the comeback hopefully tonight, but a comeback in the Big West Division or the Big West Conference per se. Trying to be able to fight for an ace spot. I'm okay with there being a lot of players scoring a lot of points, but we need to see a step up from Majstorovic and Gavin Sykes, sorry. Essentially, I'm okay with a lot of people scoring points on the team. It's okay for everyone to have 8 points, but Sykes cannot just have 2. Majstorovic cannot have any points. They both need to step up as well and really be on the same level as their teammates are playing right now, because it seems like everyone wants to step up, but you also need your big players to step up and play a key role in this part too.
Shaquille Bender leading the way for the Beach with 11 points. Gavin Sykes only has 5 on 2 of 5 shooting. Petar Majstorovic only 2 shots taken in that first half, only 1 falls. He only has 2 points. Those are the top 2 scorers for the Beach to this point in the season. Also one of the top 10 scoring duos in the Big West, being held to just 7 points in the first half. 2 other stat categories to keep an eye out for in the second half. Points in the paint. CSUN dominates that first half 38-8.
Yeah, 38 points in the paint just really cannot happen. I think I mentioned it before the break. I would like to say it's a lot easier to make a layup than it is to shoot a 3. And when you're giving them those opportunities, you're essentially giving them freebies. You want to create tough shots. It's okay if they're getting a tough shot in the paint and they're making a great play. But why not create tough shots on the outside? Force them to take shots from the outside so lower their shooting percentage. Because when you look at it, a lot of big men in the NBA and stuff like that, they have a higher shooting percentage because they get to shoot from so close versus an outside shooter. And that's what CSUN's doing a little bit with Long Beach. They're forcing them to make a tough shot on the outside. They're not giving them much room in the paint. And that's why their shooting percentage is only at 40%. So 60% to 40%, what would you rather have? And what would you rather want to try and defend? And which is the points in the paint. So CSUN's done a great job about it. Hopefully Long Beach can take a play out of that playbook and force some tough shots on the outside. Get themselves back in this game. It's manageable right now. Only 8 points.
10 second chance points in the first half as well for Cal State Northridge, who get the first possession here to kick off the second half. Hughes the second at the top. Gets it over and gives it up to Davis. Davis keeps his dribble alive. Left-handed drive, penetrates the perimeter. Floater from the free throw line falls, and CSUN get the first bucket here in the second half to go up by 10.
Davis is a great player and knew how to get to his spot, found an opening. Beautiful floater up and in. Long Beach needs to really contest that, put some bodies up front, make that shot a little bit harder for Davis.
And a throwaway here from Shaq Bender. Watch out. It's James Evans Jr. down the lane and punching it through with a one-handed slam.
That was a ferocious cockback there from James.
4 quick points here to start the second half for CSUN. Farrell over to Majstorovic. To the left wing for Bender. Left-handed drive gets him inside the D. He's going to pull a jumper and get it to fall. Shaq Bender now with 13 on the night.
Good for Bender to make up that point right there. CSUN's coming out hot. Long Beach needs to find a way to slow them down.
Screen and roll action. Gets to Fofana. Over to the corner. Long 3 from Evans Jr. Misses off side iron. Farrell pushes in transition. He sees a lane. Gets to the free throw line. And puts up a floater that misses off front iron. Shea Johnson Jr. fighting for the rebound and called for the foul against Fofana. It's actually going to go against Cole Farrell, and he can't quite believe it. It was Johnson Jr. protesting as if the whistle went against him. Either way, it'll be an inbound opportunity for the Matadors.
Referees do a lot of great job inside basketball. There's so many key things to look out for. Did feel like Long Beach got a lot of ball there, but how will they respond?
Still down by 10. 50-40 now as Davis possesses at the top. Guarded by Bender. Gets the screen from Fofana. Davis rolls, puts on his left hand, now guarded by Johnson Jr. Down to the block goes Davis. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mishandled his dribble, and now Shea Johnson Jr. is the one called for the foul as Davis was trying to back him down. Johnson Jr. just a little bit too physical.
I appreciate Johnson Jr. for being physical in the paint, like you just mentioned, and creating a tough shot, but kind of curious as to why essentially he was called for a foul there, but nonetheless, at least don't let him get that opportunity to score.
Fresh 20 on the shot clock for CSUN. Jumper from the corner misses short. Majstorovic pulls down the rebound. Farrell into the front court. Gavin Sykes, left corner, back up to the wing for Farrell, who takes it now to the top. Cole Farrell dumps it off to Majstorovic. Right wing, back to Johnson Jr. at the top. Beach looking to penetrate the perimeter. Farrell at the top, now gets downhill to the right block, puts up the layup, misses off the glass, and Johnson Jr. gets boxed out by Davis, who now collects and can take it across the timeline himself. Davis crossing over on Gavin Sykes. Sykes gets hands to the ball, but Davis picks up the loose one, gets it outside. Here's O'Garo for three off back iron. Majstorovic fights for the rebound. He can't get it. It's Fofana instead who goes up with the layup from the left block. It's Fofana who puts CSUN up by 12.
Long Beach is doing a great job right now forcing shots from the outside, like we mentioned before, that they needed to come in and do. That's just a great hustle play by Fofana there. Cannot have any more second chance points happen throughout this game, though.
Fofana has 8, 4 for 7, all in the paint for him. Bender drives to the right block, puts up a floater, misses offside iron. Fofana skies for the rebound, his 6th, sniffing down a double-double here in the pyramid. Johnson Jr. on his way down the floor, calling for a sub as Davis possesses at the top, now hands off to Hughes the second. Hughes tries a screen and roll with Fofana as he throws it over the top. It was Fofana fouled by Shaq Bender, so both teams can make changes as the fouls are starting to rack up here in a flash for Long Beach State.
Looks like Washington's going to be coming in for Majstorovic here. Hopefully he gets some fresh legs. Long Beach is doing a pretty good job of holding on, but right now they need to make a leap. They need to make a leap into the scoreboard so that this offense is clicking a lot more than just how their defense is playing.
2-minute scoring drought for Long Beach State as Shea Johnson Jr. heads off, replaced by Derek Michael Xavier off the inbound. Oh, Farrell rises high as he misses, and the putback opportunity from Brinson is no good. Joshua O'Garo down the lane and nobody in his way. Almost another highlight here for CSUN.
The masked assassin almost came in with the posterizer over 2 Long Beach defenders. Thank goodness it ripped out. CSUN does have the ball back.
Here's an alley-oop off the inbound again. Grady Lewis can't handle, but it's repossessed by the Matadors, and Lewis can get the two-handed slam off the recycle. Brinson picks up the assist. Long Beach State had the ball in their hands, then gave it up. CSUN up 54-40, and the rim is rocking here in the pyramid.
The rim is certainly rocking, JayDe. I mean, back-to-back alley-oop chances. You almost want to say not again.
Bender from the elbow, misses short. Xaviero rebound. But there's an offensive foul called on Xaviero before the rebound. So it's the fouls, it's the dunks, it's everything going against the Beach right now as they're facing their largest deficit of the night and a nearly 3-minute long scoring drought.
But as a player right now, if you're a Long Beach player, you cannot let it get to you. You got to find a way to stay in this game. Fouls are going to happen, calls are going to happen. Second chance points where they somehow rim off and no one's there and it's just an unlucky bounce. So it's going to happen. It's how do they fight and how do they stay in this game is the key.
Grady hands off along the wing to Hughes. Hughes now drives to the left hand, bumping off Ram Diaz, gets his space in the mid-range, pulls up a jumper that misses short, and an offensive foul called against Grady Lewis trying to box out Leopold Levelon.
JayDe, this defense is stepping up. They're creating tough chances. They're not letting them get in easy. Apart from the putback essentially the putback dunk and the almost back-to-back alley-oops, they are playing tough D. They're forcing them to take shots from the outside that they really haven't taken all game.
14-point deficit for the Beach, under 16 minutes to go in the second half. Washington off the pass from Diaz, holds at the top, puts the ball in the hardwood once, bounces it to Gavin Sykes at the left elbow. Sykes gets downhill to the block, gets rejected, and the foul is going to go against Larry Hughes, applying pressure defensively.
Long Beach needs to meet up here and figure something out. Something has got to give. 3-minute scoring drought. 0 for the last 4 from the field. Hopefully they can get something going and hopefully get Sykes more involved. Get him some more shots a part of the tough shot he just took right now.
Sykes will have a chance to get his first points from the free throw line on the other side of the break here on 22 West Radio. CSUN leads Long Beach State 54-40 here in the Pyramid. Timeout breaks, and it's Gavin Sykes at the line shooting free throws for Long Beach State, who have now seen a 3-minute scoring drought go against them here in the second half, and the Matadors open up a 14-point lead. Gavin Sykes still not on the board here in the second half as his first free throw rims in and out. Gavin Sykes, who has broken all kinds of records this season, hunting down Lucius Harris for the most points in a single season scored by a freshman. Needs about 20 more with his 6 tonight to break the record set by Harris back in 1989 as he goes 1 for 2 from the line. 54-41, CSUN lead. Driving inside is O'Garo. Working on Bender, has to kick it back up top to Brinson. Brinson hands off to O'Garo. Hand off again, this time to the left wing for Chisholm. Chisholm gets downhill, spins on Bender, puts up a layup, rims in and out, rebound Washington.
Long Beach has got to capitalize on this defense that they're playing right now. Still creating tough shots. Haven't seen much of a transition yet, though.
Gavin Sykes rips through on O'Garo and gets fouled. That'll be the third team foul of the second half for CSUN. Long Beach will inbound from the baseline. Checking into the game is Christian Jones for Shaquille Bender. CSUN also make a pair of changes. And there are 6 men on the floor right now for CSUN. Chisholm sends O'Garo back to the bench. Now both teams have it all figured out, and the Beach go into a box set off the inbound from the baseline. Floated over the top, Levelon fights for the jump ball and gets it down, hands off to Rob Diaz in the right corner. Spins away from some pressure, and Fofana fouls Diaz. Now the 4th team foul here in the second half as Chris Acker directs traffic from the sidelines.
See if Long Beach can create a nice opportunity, maybe a nice cut into the paint here.
Jones looking for an option off the inbound, needs to get it in and does to Washington at the logo. 20 seconds on the shot clock, hands off to Levelon. Levelon hands off to Gavin Sykes, who takes that beyond the perimeter. Up top, Sykes gets to his spot at the elbow, lets a long 2-fly, misses off front iron. Levelon rips
Good
down
board.
the offensive rebound, and it's poked away from him by Chisholm. And they're going to call a foul here on Chisholm. So all of a sudden the fouls are racking up here for CSUN. Long Beach approaching the bonus, and they'd love to be able to get to the line for the rest of the second half. Trailing by 13.
Long Beach looking a little slippery on the boards there. Levelon got up about over 3 guys. It seems like CSUN didn't really like that, and they were trying to poke the ball away, and that's something that they've always been really good about this entire game. Swarming anyone with the ball, so even if they do get a second chance, they don't really have a chance to pass out.
CSUN ball hawking off the inbound. Ram Diaz forced to burn a timeout to avoid a 5-second violation. And for Long Beach, no shots made from the floor in the last 4 minutes. And Chris Acker immediately in the timeout saying, what are we doing?
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of frustration from not only Acker, but some of the players on the floor, like especially like Levelon. Seems like there was some moving pieces right there, and it seems like there was a lot of pieces standing still. Long Beach probably wants to get a lot more movement going, get a lot more, really find a lot more different opportunities inside the paint, or people just getting to their spots in general. 36% from the field is not the best showing from Long Beach so far. They definitely don't want it to continue this way if they want to be able to not only just stay in this game, but stay in the race in the Big West.
We also bring you an update from Northridge. Long Beach State women's basketball on the road this evening, facing off against the Matadors. It was those two teams in this building a few weeks ago that gave Long Beach State their first win of Big West Conference play tonight. Some solid performances. Kylie Pepe, 24 points. Jacoa Jones-Brown chips in 10. Brenna Pukas has 10 as well. Kenan Kaw drops 14, but only 2 points off the bench for Long Beach State. They drop at 85-75. Long Beach sitting at 2-14 in the Big West standings. Not out of the race yet for that 8th seed, occupied right now by the 5-11 Northridge Matadors, but season looking bleak for both the men's and women's teams here in Long Beach. We also bring you updates from around the Big West. On the women's side tonight, Cal State Fullerton takes down Cal State Bakersfield. It's Bakersfield who are officially eliminated from contention on the women's side after that 60-57 loss. And Hawaii takes down UC Santa Barbara in a battle for seeding. Both teams already in the Big West Championships. Hawaii wins 58-52. UC Davis also takes down UC Riverside 65-56. Davis fighting for the Big West regular season championship this year. Riverside fighting to get into the tournament. And finally, the battle that everyone had their eyes on tonight in the Big West. UC Irvine and UC San Diego go head-to-head. The winner goes top of the Big West, and it's Irvine who comes out on top 70-68.
Some close games all around the Big West. Definitely been a very competitive year on the men's and women's side of basketball for the Big West, and it's something that you like to see. maybe not the biggest conference that everyone you always see on television a lot or sees talked about a lot, but these are some very competitive teams that can make a deep run at any point.
So those same matchups happening on the men's side tonight with the locations obviously reversed. It is Cal State Fullerton men's basketball trailing to Cal State Bakersfield men's basketball, who are also eliminated from playoff contention. Every other game just getting underway here in the Big West. Davis also takes down Riverside today. Off the inbound, Gavin Sykes skies for the layup, misses it off back iron, and crowd wants to travel as CSUN were able to get it up the floor. It was O'Garo sliding around the perimeter. No call comes, though, and there's 20 seconds to work with for CSUN. O'Garo over to Brinson. Brinson, left-handed drive along the perimeter, spins now in the paint, puts up the floater and falls. That breaks a 2-minute scoring drought for CSUN.
Long Beach needs to break this scoring drought right now. If they can get to your spot and pull it, just anything to get back up on the board. Do not let this lead get farther than it is right now.
CSUN up to their largest lead of the night. 15 points separate the two teams, 56-41. Diaz crosses over at the top. Spins away from the basket. Fadeaway jumper falls. And Rob Diaz grabbing at his left wrist as he backpedals into the backcourt.
Great shot from Diaz there. Got just enough separation that he needed. Seems like that's a shot that he... Oh!
And it was another call from the crowd on the travel from Davis. Got Jones in the air off the pump fake as he drives from the perimeter, then kicks out to the left side. In goes Lowry driving in. He's rejected out of bounds. It was Davis tied up there near half court, and this crowd wanted a call that did not come from our officials.
It seemed like when he was pushed up on that line that there was a really good shot that was going to be a backcourt. But with the ref, it seemed to assure to the coaches and fans is that a Long Beach player was able to tip it back and he grabbed it. So it wasn't him dribbling into the backcourt himself.
Off the inbound, CSUN go 4 low. Isaiah Lewis replaces Ram Diaz off the bench. Brinson, the inbounder for CSUN. Lob over the top, goes to Davis, and immediately Christian Jones is called for the foul. It's his first personal immediately as the ball went into Davis. Referee put the whistle to his lips, and now we'll repeat the trick again here. 4 low, inbound to Davis, guarded by Jones. Davis rips through, gets down low. Jones pokes it loose, repossessed by Davis, going shoulder to shoulder, and it's Davis who puts in the layup.
Davis has been notching down those tough buckets all night. Great player. It seems like he does not mind when there's someone right in front of him.
Isaiah Lewis penetrates the perimeter, gets isolated on the block, has to get it back up to Gavin Sykes. Over to Dallas Washington on the left wing, further onto the corner for Jones. Jones back up top to Levelon. Levelon, 10 seconds on the shot clock, spins, gets to the block, puts up a layup through contact, and it rims in and out. Rebounded by Fofana. His 7th. CSUN possessed at the top. Davis fires a pass down low, and a rejection from Christian Jones on Mahamoud Fofana into the first row of the stands.
Chris Jones just really the exclamation point of how well this Long Beach State defense has been performing, especially in transition when CSUN. What it seemed like was going to be an easy bucket, Jones was right there to sky to the top and smack it into the first row.
Jones might have gotten kicked in a sensitive area on the block, has to head to the bench and get some ice into the game is Petar Mastorovic. CSUN possess, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Fofana over to the right side for O'Garo, gets inside to the paint, puts up the layup off the glass, defended by Levelon, and Mastorovic pulls down the rebound off the miss.
It's great defense by Levelon there, not letting up any easy buckets, but Long Beach, as good as they are playing defense right now, they need to notch some buckets in.
Gavin Sykes, right wing, rips through, step back 3 from the freshman, goes off front iron, then the backboard. Fofana, another rebound. Chris Acker relaying some instructions from the sideline as Davis crosses over on Levelon, gets to the right block. Isolated, back up top, Evans Jr. thought about a 3, now puts the ball on the hardwood. Lost it momentarily on the block. It's Majstorovic diving in, trying to force a jump ball, and instead he's called for the foul as he got none of the ball, and all of the man, a pounce down low there from Petar Mastorovic.
Totally understand what he was going for there. Tough call for the referee to be able to make there. But when it comes to the state of this Long Beach team right now, CSUN is not beating them, skyrocketing their points. It's because Long Beach has been unable to score.
Davis backs down Bender. Bender falls to the floor. Davis misses the layup, gets his own rebound, and goes right back up for another second chance point. The Matadors lead by 17, 60-43. Bender thought about a step back three instead. Over to Lewis at the top. Lewis drives at the free throw line, and he's called for the offensive foul as he spun. Josiah Davis went to the floor, and nothing is going the way of Long Beach State here in the Pyramid. Into the timeout. CSUN lead by 17, 60-43. Back on the other side here on 22 West Radio. Through 8 minutes here in the second half, Long Beach is outscored by CSUN 14-5 in Fox. The Matadors dominating in the paint tonight.
52 points in the paint, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, JayDe. Absolutely ridiculous. CSUN has notched 60 points on the night. 52 have come from inside the paint. Long Beach State is doing a good job at slowing them down in like how often they are scoring these points in the paint, but they are not keeping up with it themselves on offense. If you're playing good defense, you need to reward yourself and be able to knock down your own shots of your own.
Far cry from the last time these two teams met when it was back and forth late in the game and Gavin Sykes took over to lead the Beach 2 victory. Someone's got to step up for this team now as it's CSUN who possess in the front court. Evans Jr. at the free throw line, throws the ball away on the same book but the wrong page with Joshua O'Garo as O'Garo cut left. The pass goes right and it's a turnover for the Matadors.
Another thing to highlight, too, is you talk about the second chance points for CSUN compared to Long Beach. CSUN with 18 on the night, Long Beach only 4.
Bounce pass down low to Sykes, kicks to the corner. Here comes a three from Isaiah Lewis, and it's good. Long Beach started the game hot, 4 of 5 from 3, and Lewis breaks a 3-minute scoring drought with a triple from the corner. Evans Jr. drives on Gavin Sykes, gets rejected as he goes for the reverse layup. And Gavin Sykes comes down in a bit of pain, says he's okay, as a lot of contact up near the rim.
A lot of great hustle for Long Beach, though, to get back on that transition, and a great shot there to end the scoring drought. That's something that we've been talking about a little bit too much, though. I feel like there's been multiple times during this game that we said Long Beach on 3-minute scoring drought, and something's got to change. We got to score those points more often and in an easier fashion, really. If they're open, get to your spot, get your shot up. Got to knock something down. Reward this defense that you've been playing, the hustle that you've been playing all game.
11 minutes to go in the second half. Washington on the floor in favor of Majstorovic. Gavin Sykes spins to the right block and scores. Nice work in the post by Gavin Sykes. And 5 straight points for the Beach. It's got the deficit to 12. 60-48. CSUN lead. Davis crosses over, back up to the top for O'Garo. Back to Davis on the left wing. Davis spins on Dallas Washington and just misses the finger roll layup off the window. Sykes in transition now at the top of the key. Looking to get downhill. Now it's a 5-on-5 as the Matadors recovered. Bender right wing. Dribbles to the top. Pulls a 3 and it falls. Shaq Bender loads the clip and unloads a big-time triple to cut the deficit to 9. Long Beach State now on an 8-0 run. And with over 10 minutes to go, you have to feel that this team is not done yet.
No, certainly not. And this team has a lot of fight in them. And with how big this game is and how it's a must-win game and how every game going forward is a must-win game, we're probably going to start to see a little bit of that. We need to unload, make big-time plays in the time that's needed. And the time that's needed is right now as Long Beach just cuts it under 10.
30-second timeout here called by Andy Newman. We'll give it here. This is a CSUN team that has been free scoring all year long, sitting at 60 points tonight, 10 minutes to go. Matadors have scored 80 or more points in 18 of their 26 games this season. They're the best scoring offense in the Big West. They're the best rebounding team in the Big West. Long Beach State has not been able to slow them down to this point in the game. Leading the way for CSUN is Josiah Davis, 14 points for him. And Grady Lewis as well, coming off the bench to contribute 12. There are a few starters in foul trouble, though, for CSUN. Larry Hughes, the second, on the bench for most of the second half with 4 personals. Sitting on the 3, Mahamoud Fofana and Grady Lewis. Long Beach show full court press, then back out as Davis takes across the timeline. Dumps the pass down low, looking for Fofana. Goes up, blocked from behind by Bender. And CSUN will have to inbound from the baseline.
Great defense from Bender there, not giving Fofana a chance to go up and get in.
CSUN go 3 high. They try to fire a pass into O'Garo. Tracking it down near half court is Gavin Sykes. And it goes out of bounds. Long Beach will possess, and some uncharacteristic turnovers over these past few minutes for the Matadors.
No, definitely has been going the Long Beach's way, and it's really just with how they've been playing. CSUN's only 1 of 7 in their last field goal chances, and that's just credit to this Long Beach defense and how well they've been playing. Now they're starting to knock down some shots to reward how they've been playing, but they need to keep it up going forward.
Sykes, free throw line, puts up a floater, gets fouled. Doesn't get the bucket to fall, but he was searching for the contact. That foul is also going to put Long Beach State in the bonus. So both teams in the bonus here with less than 10 minutes to go. Every foul from here on out will send a shooter to the free throw line. Gavin Sykes tonight, only 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
This could be where we start seeing Sykes just step up the intensity a little bit. Getting that chance there, getting the foul as he makes his first free throw. This could be the chance where, a big-time player like Gavin Sykes, he's going to want the ball in his hands and try and make a difference into this game. Long Beach is creeping up now.
Gavin Sykes buries their free throws. He scored 24 of his 34 points against CSUN in the second half of last game, and the Beach nearly get a steal in the backcourt as O'Garo is forced to take it across himself, drives coast to coast, and puts up a behind-the-head reverse layup. And call comes in here. Not quite sure what the call was, Fox.
Looks like we got a
technical foul
heck
on Andy Newman. The Cal State Northridge head coach has been teed up here. And he's irate. It's Gavin Sykes shooting once again here from the free throw line. He misses his first and throws his head back towards the sky in disappointment.
Seems like the discussion with the CSUN coach and the referee, and he CSUN coach seems to be letting his players know now to essentially, hey, we're up. Let's not give them any opportunities by saying anything offensive. The first thing he saw the CSUN coach come over when he said was to the referee, what did he say? And those are the kind of mental mistakes that CSUN does not want to happen. They do not want Long Beach to get back in this game. But Long Beach, take any points you can get. Keep rewarding that defense.
Sykes knocks down the second free throw. The technical foul is assessed on the team, so there were some words from the bench. And the 1-for-2 trip from the line cuts the deficit down to 62-54. Long Beach looking for a way back here in the second half. 9:35 to go. Sykes at the free throw line. Off the entry pass. Drives down low. Gets busted up. And Josiah Davis comes away with the ball. Now he can run the floor in transition. Goes coast to coast. Down goes Shaq Bender. And the foul is called against the Beach. And one opportunity here for Josiah Davis.
Man, that was a really tough bucket by Josiah Davis. I mean, the persistence to be able to keep it going up when there was a hand already on top of the ball, on top of him essentially, and he was still able to put up a tough shot and get it in.
Josiah Davis running on the floor with a head of steam, knocked Bender to the floor. Bender popped right back up as he did not have his feet set. So a blocking foul called and a chance at a three-point play here for the Niagara University transfer Josiah Davis. Pyramid making some noise, no trouble for Davis as he knocks down the free throw. Back to an 11-point advantage for CSUN, 65-54. 9.5 to go here in the second half. Bender thought about a long three. Face guarded by Davis. Tries to fire a pass down low to Johnson Jr. and he throws it away. Nowhere near the big man. And Long Beach will back out of some full court pressure here off the inbound.
Mistakes are going to happen. It's just how do you come back? How do you find our way back in the game? How do you not let it affect what's going on?
Davis goes coast to coast driving from the free throw line, and he picks up Shea Johnson Jr. in the air, and it's Johnson Jr. called for the foul. So Davis will head back to the free throw line, shooting two.
That would have been a crazy layup if Davis were to make that. I mean, it really just seemed like he had no chance or opportunity to even put it up with how many Long Beach defenders were in the paint. Nonetheless, Long Beach is playing very physical, which is fine, but they need to be able to return those points back on offense. They cannot let it slip away like it was before.
Davis at the free throw line, native of Kitchener, Ontario. The Canadians first, falls through. Josiah Davis has previously played for Tennessee Tech in West Virginia, and he's coming into this season after averaging nearly 10 points at Niagara University. Andy Newman said after Northridge's last game that the Big West is finally realizing that they cannot stop Josiah Davis. He's eventually going to score. He's eventually going to get past you. He's one of the best penetrators Newman has ever coached as he goes 2 for 2 from the line, and tonight he has 19.
Yeah, no, Josiah Davis, I mean, we highlighted him in the very beginning against the game against Santa Barbara and how amazing he was with 14 rebounds himself. All over the floor, and he's been all over the floor tonight here too, and he's 8 from 12 from the field. He's taking his opportunities in the paint.
Coming off a 31-point performance as Bender throws the ball away looking for Washington in the paint, but there are 4 red shirts around him. What a pass up the floor. O'Garo finishes. And a find from half court from Larry Hughes II. What a dime.
That was definitely a great pass. To be able to find him in transition, that was not an easy pass to make.
69-54. CSUN lead with 8.5 to go. And a foul called off the ball. Going against Josiah Davis, it looks like.
Seemed very unintentional. Davis accidentally put up a hand in his face. Just didn't want him to get in the paint, but Davis did help him up. Great sportsmanship from Davis there. Long Beach, let's hit these free throws, keep the deficit within reach, hopefully make a late run here.
He popped Dallas Washington in the eye. Freshman Dallas Washington. Coming into this game, Washington 8 of 19 from the free throw line on the season, just a 42% free throw shooter. Crouches, fires, and it rims in and out. So the 1-and-1 opportunity will not result in a second free throw. Long Beach State still facing a 15-point deficit. Driving is Davis. He's fouled by Christian Jones before the shot. But that will still result in free throws as CSUN are in the bonus. For Christian Jones, that's his second personal foul. CSUN on a 7-0 run over the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how do you stop Davis at this point is what it seems like. Seems like every pass is going to him, every time the ball is taken up the court, yes, it will be taken by your guard most of the time, but he is just a full head of steam, like you mentioned earlier, straight to the bucket, and it's really hard to stop him right now. Davis is everywhere.
Davis, the veteran, knocks down his first free throw. In his senior season, this is a very senior-heavy team this year for Cal State Northridge, looking to make this their one chance to make the NCAA tournament and knock off teams like Irvine and Hawaii in that Big West Championships. It's guys like Davis leading the way. He now has 21. A 9-0 run for CSUN. 71-54. Christian Jones, 8 minutes to go on the left wing. Face guarded by Chisholm, has to get it up to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis crosses over, penetrates down to the right block, and what a finish there from Isaiah Lewis through contact. He gets the beach back within striking distance.
Tough play from Davis there, but it was from Lewis there.
Davis dumps down low, was looking for Grady Lewis, lost his headband as he spun in the lane, and into the media timeout. It's 71-56. Matadors lead also in the double bonus here for the final 7 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll be back on the other side of the media timeout here on 22 West Radio. Media timeout breaks with the Matadors leading 71-56 here in the Pyramid. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Long Beach looking to turn things around, and they need to run fast. 4 for the last 4 from the field. That's the Matadors who have been pulled away in this second half. Foul called here off the ball. It's going to go against Josiah Davis for the 19th foul here in the second half. Long Beach in the bonus, CSUN in the double bonus, so it'll be one shot here for Gavin Sykes. Busted up by Josiah Davis off the ball, his second personal foul.
Seemed like he came over to the referee to kind of see what he needs to do to prevent that from happening. Because they do have a big lead on Long Beach right now, but he doesn't want it to grow any closer than it already is.
Sykes gives a wave to the CSUN bench. And the official saying he's all good to shoot his second free throw, and he knocks it down. 2 for 2 from the line is Gavin Sykes. 6 of his 13 points tonight from the charity stripe. 58-71, Long Beach trail the Matadors. O'Garo at the top. Over towards Davis at the logo. Davis now puts the ball on the hardwood, drives left, comes back to his left side, dumps it across the key to Fofana, blocked by Christian Jones. Majstorovic into the front court, cross-court pass. Sykes on the left side, misses the layup off the glass, then off iron, and now here come the Matadors in transition. Davis behind the back pass, Fofana poked loose. Repossessing is O'Garo, and he's fouled as he jumps and throws a pass to the top of the key. It will go against Leopold Levelon. His second personal foul and some end-to-end action here in the Pyramid.
Seems like the Long Beach coach, the Long Beach coaches really on the sideline want them to stay down there. It's tough in transition when this CSUN team moves so fast. Long Beach was up and then they're up. It's tough to get back in transition. It's just an unfortunate foul when they're really just playing hard on the ball.
O'Garo misses his first free throw tonight. O'Garo, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in 29 minutes. Sandpit gets loud. He misses this one. It's free Chick-fil-A for the arena. And it rims in off the backboard. Chris Acker spoke after the UC Irvine loss on Thursday about defending in transition, saying it was such a tough decision against the Anteaters on whether or not to keep 3 up or send 2 back or keep 2 up and send 3 back during transition opportunities. Tonight it has looked like Long Beach has kept 3 back and sent 2 up when the game gets stretched. So he's sticking with a strategy that allowed UC Irvine to dominate the transition game and pull away. In the fast break tonight, 11 points for CSUN, only 1 for Long Beach State. They have not been able to extend the game in their favor. Only 1 bucket fell in transition for Long Beach State against UC Irvine. And really everywhere you look up and down the stat sheet, it has been the Matadors dominating tonight as James Evans Jr. heads off the floor, making way for Jordan Brinson, the Fresno State transfer. Rob Diaz across the timeline for the Beach. Over to the left wing, looking for some off-ball movement. Diaz keeps his dribble alive, has to get it up to Gavin Sykes at the top, gets a screen from Levelon, uses it as he drives right, and Levelon called for the illegal screen. And that'll send CSUN back to the front court. No free throws coming off the foul. However, another missed trip down the line, down the floor for the Beach. O'Garo, left wing, back up top to Davis. 6:40 to go here in the second half. Some defense chance breaking out from the sandpit. Davis directs traffic, guarded by Jones. Move to the left wing, now guarded by Majstorovic. Davis spins, puts up the layup off the glass, and it's picked up by Christian Jones. The Beach do well to defend the pick and roll. Rob Diaz to Majstorovic on the right wing. Majstorovic looking to back down Brinson. To the short corner, fires it to Rob Diaz, cutting across the lane. Diaz spins and scores.
Beautiful move by Diaz there, and even more beautiful spin move right there to be able to create himself, give himself an opportunity, give himself a lane, really. A little bit of free space to put that one up. Really great bucket.
A nice find from Petar Majstorovic. Only 2 points for him tonight. And now he gets the steal. Up to Rob Diaz. Running the floor in transition. Gets past Brinson and gets the finger roll to fall through the nylon. 10-point deficit now for Long Beach State. 5:40 to go. O'Garo to Davis up near half court. CSUN trying to milk the clock as the defense chants continue. The entire Long Beach coaching staff up off the bench for this possession. Fofana over to O'Garo. Left-handed drive to the free throw line. Tied up by Diaz. Fofana. O'Garo fights through. That is, it's Levelon forcing the miss, then getting the rebound as he falls to the floor. Gavin Sykes brings it up for the Beach. Diaz, transition 3 from the wing. Off the back iron. Missed it long. Fighting for the rebound is Levelon, and he commits the foul. All of a sudden, Leopold Levelon in foul trouble. That's his 3rd personal.
Gotta love the hustle from Diaz in these last 3 possessions. Oh my goodness. He made the first 2 layups in transition. Stop and pop 3. He definitely had the space, and he definitely felt like he had the hot hand. Don't mind the shot there, but I really do like how they are moving in transition, getting more points in the paint, because really they are losing the points in the paint battle by a significant amount, 58-16. It's almost like you want to tell your defenders, hey, you kind of know where they're going at this point.
At the line, shooting is Larry Hughes. He misses the first. That 3 from Rob Diaz would have cut it to a 7-point game and probably blown the roof off of this place.
No, 100%. I do not mind the 3 at all there, but I do like how they were playing in the paint and maybe want to try an opportunity from there.
Hughes for some free Chick-fil-A makes the second free throw.
At this point, they're doing it on purpose, JayDe. They just want everyone to get their hopes up.
No chicken nuggets yet for the crowd tonight. 73-62 as there's a bust-up on the handoff.
Goodness.
Foul goes against Petar Majstorovic as he knocked Josiah Davis to the floor. He had brought the ball up, tried to hand it off to Gavin Sykes, and some hard contact goes against the Beach. And now Chris Acker's got to compose himself. He's on the floor and irate. Having to be held back by his coaching staff as CSUN will possess, and now Majstorovic having to be pushed back to the bench. Tempers flaring here for the Beach.
With award season coming up, JayDe, and the thought of the Oscars coming around, you got to look at a guy like Josiah Davis for that performance he just gave on the screen. And you can see the Beach bench did not really appreciate it, but nonetheless, it is now CSUN ball.
He will not be receiving votes from the Long Beach State Academy.
Nope.
Other end, here's Hughes for three. Misses it off front iron, rebounded by Rob Diaz. 11-point game. Bender drives to the short corner, backs out, level on, free throw line, ball on the hardwood, spin inside, pump fake one time, up for two. What a move from the freshman. Down in the lane. 9-point game. Chris Acker now with a calm head. Relaying instructions for his defense. Davis drives on Levelon, double teamed as Davis moves to the short corner. Still on Levelon is Davis. Downhill in the lane, missed the floater. Levelon rebound, up to Rob Diaz in transition, 3-on-3 for the Beach. Pass to the corner, tipped, but Gavin Sykes still comes away. 4 minutes to go in the second half. Sykes at the top, pulls a long three, misses it off front iron. O'Garo skies for the rebound, and he's fouled. Leopold Levelon now with 4 personal fouls. And on the other side of the timeout, it'll be CSUN shooting 2 free throws. Long Beach State trying to keep this game within their grasp. Down by 9, less than 4 to go.
You can see what the CSUN team is doing on offense, essentially, is they're just getting the ball to Davis and saying, hey, go to work. And Long Beach is doing a pretty good job at slowing them down. I mean, turning this deficit from 14 all the way back down to 9. Anything within 10 is reachable, especially with almost 4 minutes on the clock to go. Long Beach just needs to keep up that intensity. And what they did a really good job was, though, is not letting that foul get to them. Although, you know, it can be at times a little bit tough to see that happen. As long as they stay within the battle and they keep it up and just really, they know the ball is going to come to Davis. They know the ball is going to come to the paint. So at this point, I hope that you know if you have 58 points in the paint against you, that's where the ball is probably going to end up going. Maybe they can force some more shots on the outside, give them some opportunities to really come back and fight and get really close in this game.
So some foul trouble to note here for the Beach. Petar Majstorovic obviously pushed back to the bench. That was his 5th personal foul. Majstorovic is out of the game for the Beach. Leopold Levelon, the other big man down low, 4 personal fouls. The other side's down low for the Beach, Shea Johnson Jr., 3 personal fouls. Dallas Washington, no fouls, but also only 2 points in 21 minutes. The Beach are struggling for size down low. They're going to need to play with tape around their hands here for these final 4 minutes, as it's only a 9-point game, and CSUN continue to win that battle in the paint. 21 points now from Josiah Davis, followed closely by Grady Lewis, who has not appeared here in the second half with 3 fouls. Larry Hughes II has also gotten plenty of run time with 4 personal fouls, so something to watch here, as there have been a total of 24 fouls called here in the second half.
No, it's definitely going to be a tough task going forward. But one thing to credit is this Long Beach State team has dropped the field goal percentage from CSUN all the way down to 48%, where it felt like at times where CSUN was above 60% the whole game. They have really strapped them down, and it probably has to do with the physicality in the paint, which has led to some fouls, which is very unfortunate. But if they can just find a way to keep those tough shots coming, do not let Davis get an easy shot. Maybe without making contact, if they can get back in this game.
On the other side of the break, the final 4 minutes here between Long Beach State and Cal State Northridge here on 22 West Radio. Timeout breaks, and we have a ball game here in the Pyramid. Long Beach State down by as many as 17 here in the second half, have trimmed the deficit back down within double figures. It's CSUN 73, Long Beach State 64, but at the line shooting 2 is Joshua O'Garo. O'Garo's first, off back iron. The Texas State transfer, playing at his 5th program in 6 years. Born in the Cayman Islands. Readies for his second free throw in the third chance here in the Pyramid for some free chicken nuggets. Free throws up, and no
Third
good.
time is the charm.
Chick-fil-A for the crowd, and a huge 0 for 2 trip for the line from O'Garo. Sykes at the top. Right-handed drive. The corner 3 from Bender is up and good. Shaquille Bender, a big-time triple. Long Beach trail by 6.
That's a little bit of what we saw in the very first couple minutes of this game was Bender with the beautiful stroke, and hopefully it brings it back to keep Long Beach within the game right now.
O'Garo, left wing, handoff to Brinson. Fofana at the top, over to the right side for Davis. Davis, pick and roll with Fofana. He gets downhill and scores. 75-67, 3:10 to go. Rob Diaz hands off to Gavin Sykes at the top. Jab step once, twice, and thrice from Gavin Sykes. Thought about a step back 3, instead gets over to Bender on the right wing. Faced up by Brinson. Bender, ball in the hardwood, short corner, step back, Shaq Bender, you bet! Bender buries the mid-range jumper, and it's once again a 6-point game. Timeout, Long Beach.
Bender is putting the ball in his hands, and he is putting Long Beach State back into this game with the shots that he has knocked down. Beautiful 3 to start up, but then a nice little post fade, just getting to his spot, finding his shot, really just finding the feel of where he wants to be. And right now it is paying off as Long Beach is only down 6 with just under 3 to go.
We will take the timeout with the teams on the other side of the break. The final 2 minutes and 51 seconds here on 22 West Radio.
All right.
Out of the break, Long Beach in a full court press. Down by 6, 75-69 in the Pyramid. Down by as much as 17 here in the second half. Trying to claw their way back against the Matadors on a 6-game win streak. Season on the line for the Beach. It's Brinson to the top for Fofana. Hands off. 3 from Larry Hughes, the second. Off front iron. Level on. Skies for the rebound and rips through over to Rob Diaz, who takes it across the timeline. Gavin Sykes, right wing. Faces up. Back to Dallas Washington at the top. It's Washington over to Sykes on the right wing. Sykes, long 3, misses short. Washington fights for the offensive rebound, pulls it down through 4 red shirts. He's on the floor, ripping through. Referees blow the whistle. Did Long Beach call timeout? It looks like they're going to call jump ball, possession Long Beach, as the Beach only have 1 timeout to burn, and Chris Acker wasn't going to use it there.
And oh my goodness, Washington, unbelievable on the boards right there. Got up once and twice just to fight for it and get Long Beach to possession. Got to appreciate that kind of hustle, but it has to come with like how late this game is getting and how every possession matters. Great play by Washington there to keep everything alive.
Washington off the inbound at the top, guarded by O'Garo. Over to Bender, left wing, screen and roll. Bender, step back 3. Oh yeah! Shaquille Bender flexing his muscles at half court. It's a 1-possession game.
Bender's got the hot hand right now. Long Beach needs to keep it up on defense. Don't let Davis get to the paint.
It's Davis at the top, handing off to Hughes. Across for O'Garo. Brinson to Fofana, back to Davis on the right wing. Davis in space, sees off the screen from Fofana. Backs down Bender in the short corner to Brinson at the top. Brinson for 3, off the backboard, offensive rebound O'Garo. Back out to Davis, 90 seconds to go. 75-72. Davis directing traffic. Faced up on Bender. Left-handed drive. Kick to the corner. Wide open three for Brinson. Falls! Quickly up the other end for Gavin Sykes. 78-72. Minute to go. Sykes drives in the lane. Misses the layup. Ball on the ground. Fought for by CSUN. 4 red shirts in the area. And they knock it off themselves. O'Garo screaming at Fofana as CSUN with the unforced error give the ball back to the beach. Gavin Sykes still down as he's helped to his feet. What a chaotic sequence in the front court.
Definitely a tough layup from Sykes there. Was hoping he would get it through, but it seemed like when he came down, he fell into a camera. Very unfortunate, but you got to appreciate how gritty this Long Beach State team is playing right now, trying to fight to stay in this game. Got to maximize on that mistake by CSUN right now.
Off the inbound, Washington drives, right-handed lay. He gets fouled and will head to the line. That might be the first time this season Dallas Washington has driven from the perimeter trying to make something happen.
Definitely a great play, and I mean, at this stage in the game, if you can't get anything going, you might as well just try something. But one thing I do want to highlight, this CSUN team is shooting 3 for 10 from 3. They've only taken 10 threes this game. Long Beach needs to force this going forward. Do not let Davis or Fofana really get any opportunities in the paint, which they've done a great job of, but don't leave a guy completely wide open.
First free throw falls for Washington. Only his 3rd point of the night. Both teams in the double bonus here for the final minute. Second free throw from Dallas Washington. Off back iron. Levelon fights for the rebound. It goes off Fofana. Possession Beach. Leopold Levelon playing the final few minutes of the second half with 4 fouls. Now waves off the substitution and sends Shea Johnson Jr. back to the bench. Levelon stays on the floor. And it's 2 freshmen making some noise here in the second half.
The tenacity of a player to want to stay in this game is very important.
Bender for 3. He got it! Big time shot from Shaq Bender. Beach trail by 2, 50 seconds to go.
Bender cannot miss right now. They need to capitalize with it on defense. They've been playing great, and it looks like CSUN needs a timeout.
27 points for Shaq Bender, a new career high. And the Beach are fired up into the timeout. They have flipped this game on its head here in the second half. Down by 17 with 12 minutes to go. It's now a 2-point game with 45.6 seconds on the clock.
Unbelievable performance tonight by Shaq Bender. Shooting 70% from beyond the arc, 7 for 10 on his 3-point shots. 21 of his 27 points have come from behind the arc, and you gotta love it, and you gotta appreciate the tenacity and the will to stay in this game from Levelon. Each player wants to be in this game right now. They want to be the difference. They want to be the reason that they win this game and stay in the race for the Big West tournament.
We came into tonight talking about how this whole team was going to need to buy in tonight. Backs against the wall, season on the line, a loss tonight and a Cal Poly win this week means the season is over for Long Beach at the conclusion of the regular season schedule. In this second half, it looked bleak, it looked bad. This team looked like they were going to lose and lose badly, and now with less than a minute to go, they have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, all due to Shaq Bender and everyone that has really stepped up, because there have been many times where you look into games this year and you see the box score and you see a lot from Majstorovic and from Gavin Sykes. That's not the case here tonight. You got to appreciate people like Shaq Bender for stepping up and really just putting himself like on cloud 9 right now, putting this team and putting this arena back into this game when it felt like it was quiet. Now it's loud.
Long Beach has not led since the first minute and 30 seconds in the first half. They're not all the way back yet. Still down by 2. No Petar Majstorovic on the floor. He fouled out halfway through the second half with 5 fouls and only 2 points. Big possession here for the Beach. 45 seconds to go. Davis at the logo. Guarded by Bender. Davis with 21 tonight. Crosses over. Drives left. Gets downhill. Blocked by Levelon. The freshman pulls down the rebound. The Beach can tie or take the lead here. 76-78. Lewis at the logo. Directs traffic. The Beach can take the last shot here. Half-second difference between the shot and game. 15 to go. Bender drives to the free throw line. Lost the handle. Pivots. Turns around the jumper. No good. Rebound Fofana. The Beach have to foul. 5 seconds to go. Davis at half court, and Lewis finally ties him up. Bender took the shot, and it was off back iron. Fofana pulls down his 8th rebound, and now Davis can ice this game from the free throw line.
I mean, just an unbelievable sequence. Levelon goes up, blocks Davis, gets the ball back up. There is no one that I would rather have the ball in the hands of than Bender. Tough shot for Bender there. He does have the hot hand. Hopefully, we get a miss here. We get a chance to come back up the floor.
Pyramid making noise. 1,500 in the building tonight as Davis misses the free throw. And Chris Acker calls his final timeout. Interesting decision there from Chris Acker, with Bender all alone at the free throw line, not to use his final timeout and make sure the Beach could take the last shot. Instead, he elects to let the possession play out, have Bender miss, and now have a chance, make or miss here from Davis, to force overtime.
100%. I just think it probably had to do with the transition and the momentum. When you get a big-time block like that, you might see something coming up the floor. I do agree, essentially, that when they were slowing things down and it seems like the time was ticking and we were wasting a lot of time there, that we call timeout, maybe we'll draw a play, something going on, and not have to fight with just 4 seconds to go.
And now this whole game needs to be behind Long Beach State. Whatever has happened in the first and in the second half doesn't matter. All that matters is these final 4.5 seconds. Long Beach State this season have not won a game on the offensive end. Their wins here in this building that have been in one-possession games have been all thanks to their defense. Chris Acker, time and time again through his tenure here at Long Beach State, has had this opportunity to draw up a play, to make something happen for this team, and time again, the Beach have fallen short. 7 straight losses in conference play. Can they finally pull off something here at the buzzer? It will be Josiah Davis shooting his 2nd free throw here. CSUN also with 1 timeout left to burn. If Davis makes, it's a three-point game. If he misses, it stays at 2. Long Beach out of timeouts. Both teams in the double bonus. It all comes down to this.
Got to be thinking that Davis is probably going to make this last free throw, and it gives you just a very short amount of time to get up the floor and make a big shot. Davis is 5 for 6 from free throws tonight. And you got to think, if you're Long Beach, that this ball is going to be in Bender or Sky's hands to take the final shot.
67% free throw shooter, Josiah Davis. Misses the free throw, rebound Bender. 3 seconds to go. Beach across half court. Gavin Sykes, mid-range for overtime. Air ball. Too much muscle from Gavin Sykes. And the improbable second half comeback falls short.
What a game, what a finish, what a fight from this Beach team. I mean, unbelievable. When it felt like the crowd was still and that we weren't going to see the result that we wanted, we felt like it was going to be a 15-plus point deficit the entire game. This team showed fight. You got to give it to them, the way they played defense tonight. But what it really all came down to was letting up too much points in the paint in the beginning of the game. 60 points of CSUN 78 came from the paint tonight. They only took 10 threes. It seemed like when you knew what was going to happen. You knew they were going to go to the paint. You knew the ball was going to be in Davis's hands. Unfortunately, it just did not stretch Long Beach's way, and it was hard to claw back from that deficit that they had created. But they had the opportunity with Gavin Sykes there at the end, and man, you can feel really the anxiety from everyone in the crowd when that pass was coming up. Man, I saw a lot of people stand up. I saw a lot of people grab their hands. What a performance, though, tonight from Shaq Bender.
27 points for Bender. Got the ball up the floor in the hands of Gavin Sykes, one of the best freshman scorers in the nation, who has 13 points tonight, and Sykes off balance, pulled the jumper, and missed it long. Did not draw iron to send us to overtime. Long Beach gave it a fight to the very end against the best team in the Big West over the past 3 weeks. CSUN now moved to 11-5, tied as it stands atop the Big West with UC Irvine Hawaii to play later tonight. CSUN now in real contention for the Big West Championship, but the cracks certainly showed in the second half for the Matadors. Long Beach State now 4-12 in conference play. A win from Cal Poly and UC San Diego would eliminate Long Beach State from Big West Championship contention. That will do it here in the Pyramid. What a game. Long Beach nearly erased a 17-point deficit in the second half, but ultimately fall short to CSUN. For JayDe Beaudry, Fox Figueroa next to me, Amaya Zhao in the Pyramid taking photos. This has been a presentation of Long Beach State men's basketball, streaming live on 88.1 KKJZ HD3 Long Beach and online streaming on YouTube. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday as Long Beach State Dirtbags baseball faces off against BYU live from Bull Diamond at Blair Field. First pitch at 6:05. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time.